guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Bebe Kumi, a food and beverage based podcast. And today we're having two of the icons of the island. They have the Rom Tambu and a lot of other stuff that they made and made great things for us. Mitchel
Hey.
and Herman, how's it going, guys?
Great, man.
Yeah?
Great. Thanks for having us, Francesco.
No problem.
You know, this isn't the first time that we've been here, but
Place look very nice, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
never before 8. Maybe till 8 here,
Yeah,
but not before 8.
It's the first time for me, so
I'm like, 8 o'clock in the morning.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
So guys, how everything is okay? Everything is good. I see you guys been doing very great with Tambu.
Well, yeah, it's actually Tambu is our baby.
Yeah.
That's throwing there its first step.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Growing on the market. So yes, we're doing our thing, and Tambu is doing its thing, and very grateful.
Yeah.
Very grateful for that.
Yeah, you know what's really cool about it to see maybe 3, 4 years ago when the idea actually sparked, and to see how far we've become, we've came till now.
Yeah.
It's pretty mind-boggling, and
Yeah.
you feel really proud, especially now when most of the virus thing is a bit in the background, and you can shine a little bit. So it's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, nice. Before we get into the story of Tambu, I want to know a little history about both of you guys. So I'm going to start first with Mitchell.
All right.
Mitchell, how did you get into all this, let's say, beverage industry and get into this business? Because I know you're a brand manager and for Macro also.
I used to work for Macro, but it all started since I believe around the time I graduated from the international school,
Yeah.
and I was supposed to go to the UNA. Or no, actually I was supposed to go to Holland.
Okay.
But me knowing myself, I was like, okay, you know what? It's if I'm not sure about a thing, I'd rather not do it. So I had my CD financiering ready to go. I had an apartment. I was accepted at the Haagse Hogeschool. I was ready to go, man. And then a few months before I had to go, I was like, you know what? No, I don't think I should go to Holland yet. I'm not ready to take that step.
Yeah.
And from there, I decided, okay, well, let's go to UNA. Let's try UNA. I'm going to stay local, stay here on the island, which I love.
Yeah.
Love the island. So we went to UNA. And once I went to UNA, coming from an international school, your English is pretty well.
Yeah.
And the course I was taking was called International Business. And most of the teachers, their English was really bad, and it was hard for me to follow the courses. And I got bored, man. So I decided to, okay, well, let's try to do a party,
Yeah.
So we organized a party. The first party I organized was called Bikinis and Martinis.
Sure.
Oh, that's the official first party, because we did many house parties at my house, trashed my apartment at my house. I mean, it was pretty crazy. But Bikinis and Martinis was the first official party I did, and
Where was this?
it was at Santa.
Where?
Santa.
Zanta. Maybe you don't even know.
I don't even know.
Santa is like you have Sunscape Hotel.
Yeah.
It's just beside it. Before you reach Kenchi, before you at left where now the beach house is located,
Yeah, exactly.
there was Santa.
Club Santa.
Club Santa was a very popular.
Freek
club.
Born was
Yeah.
maybe the owner and manager there.
Exactly, yeah.
And he hunned it, no? He said, okay, well, you want to try? Okay, go ahead, make your thing. And since then, we did many parties there as well. And then I was like, okay, boom, making money, man. Making money is easy. I just made a bunch of money with a party. Okay, stop school. So I told my dad, okay, well, I don't think UNA is the right move for me. So I stopped. He said, okay, well, if you're going to stop, I'm not going to tell you have to go to UNA, but if you're going to stop, you have to start working. So I started working, was at a call center, and I was playing around with some T-shirts. Me and my best bud, Dave, we had an office. I mean, we were kids, man. We had 17, 18 years old. We had an office on Dr. Malwerk, an office. And we printed T-shirts there. We were one of the first guys that was doing T-shirts, custom T-shirts and all that.
Oh, nice.
And then from there, I finally landed a really good job at the moment. I was brand manager for Gatorade.
Yeah.
I did that for a year. And then Pepsi was in a little struggle here on the island, so I moved over from Gateway to beer. And I started working for the brand Polar. Yeah. I did that for a year here on the island. After that, I went to Aruba for 3 years, also with Polar, with my ex-colleague Ruperto. Really good guy, learned a lot from him. And
Don't go there, bro.
we can do a whole podcast only on Aruba.
Please,
but
bro.
let's keep it local. Let's keep it
Oh
local.
my God, the stories about Aruba with Mitchell.
Yeah. No, but yeah, again, I learned a lot, man, from even working with the brands, how to represent the brands, how not to represent the brands. From doing parties with a bunch of big guys there, you know, and then eventually coming back to Curacao. And I started working at Distributor at that time when I came back. So Manchi was actually my boss at Distributor. And we sparked a really good friendship from up there because being the new kid in town, and I heard Manchi was doing good ribs.
Yeah.
And I challenged him, like, within 1 month of being at the office, okay, well, Manchi, I'm going to take you down with the ribs. And then since then, it sparked a really great friendship, and a few businesses later, here we are.
No, nice.
Yep.
Here
And
we are.
Manchi? And how did it all start? Because like you have stories to tell for days. Like,
Oh man, when if I sit down and think about when it all started and where I'm right now, I'm the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
That's always what I say. But we've done pretty much a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things. People see me just now organizing events and promoting the Rom Tambu. But it all started more than 20 years ago. It started since I was studying at school, MEAO in Den Haag. I used to play in a brass band in Holland, and we really transformed the whole business of brass band as we know it in Curacao. A bunch of guys playing on the drum, go play for 400 guildens and you don't get anything, into a really big business in Holland when you are paid to perform 15 minutes and you were paid like 100 euros just to perform 15 minutes per person. And this business really took off in Holland. We were the pioneers with a band called The Original Kids, where we played for tours around Europe. The most impactful performance, I would say, for me in the brass band is when we played for the king, Willem Alexander and Maxima during their wedding. We played for Ajax when they became the Europa Cup champion. We played for, so it's my whole entertainment business started within the brass band scene. And my first event I organized it in 1999 in a place called Dino's Down Under in Eindhoven. It was my first party. It was Vibes with, if I'm not mistaken, Vibes with Cachet Royale at that time, 1999. It all started.
Dinos was from...
Dino's Down Under was the owner of Saint-Tropez
Michel,
Club.
huh?
Michel,
Yeah.
still today is my best friend.
oh, nice.
So actually, that was the entertainment part, but I was a banker. I used to work in banking industry. I worked for 13 years in the banking industry, onshore and offshore. In Holland, I worked for 8 years for ABN AMRO Bank, onshore banking. Then I came to Curacao, and then I went for offshore banking. And the reason I came to Curacao is because a bunch of friends started a carnival group called Zinga.
Okay.
And I just quit my job at ABN AMRO Bank and said I want to go to Curacao with my friends to start a carnival group. So it really went it really went like that. So I came in December for holidays. I just quit my job. I had a bunch of money, so I came to Curacao to party, to party. And on a Monday morning, I got into contact with a friend, and I stepped into at that time, the ABN AMRO offshore here in Curacao. Had a conversation with Earl Barboord, I still remember that. And in April of that year, I came to Curacao, worked for ABN AMRO Bank, and had started the Carnival Group Singa.
At the same time.
At the same time. At the same time, we started it. And actually, we did that for 5 years, till 2008.
Yeah.
And our main sponsor of the Carnival Group at that time from the beginning was the Amstel Brouwerij. and the manager at that time worked for 5 years with me.
Yeah.
And when we quit the group, on a day he called me and said, "Listen, I want to have an appointment with you. I thought we were talking about the next carnival ideas. You know, you don't have a group anymore. Maybe you can give me some ideas." So we sat down and he said, "Listen, I'm not gonna bullshit around. I want you to work for Heineken." So I was working at the bank, and he asked me to be the marketing manager for Heineken. I never did anything about marketing. I didn't drink beer at the time. I didn't know anything about beer. I said, "Okay, let me think about it." It took me 1 hour. I said, "Yes, let's go."
Did you call back? You called back?
Yeah, I called the guy. I called the guy back, and after that, I went home and I told Carlene, my partner at the time, "Listen, I think I'm gonna change my job." You know, she said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna sell beer." Huh? So from a banker, I became the marketing manager for Heineken at that time, under the umbrella of Heineken International. And from there, from 2009 until 2017, on and off, I worked for these brands, very nice brands. Where I met Mitchel. We became a very powerful team within the company. Together with all the other colleagues, we saw the whole growth of the local beer, Amstel Bright, which made us very proud until today. Absolutely. How we grew the brand, how we engaged the local community with the local brand. Really started in 1999 with Born in Curacao, and we really liked that idea, to make people proud about a genuine brand that really tells the story about our culture, our island, our people. And
people underestimate the power now. Why it's so impressive? Because it's not known, or it's not easy in a way, of course, to make a premium brand number one in the market, having market share. So Amstel Bright is not a secondary brand. It's a premium brand. It's a top tier brand, and being number one in the market is very impressive. So I had to step in. It's very proud for the team
definitely.
that how we did it, but it was.
We were part of the team. We were part of the team at that time. I was responsible for the whole marketing and sales department, and we were a team because nobody is more important than the other. But with that in mind, at a certain point, organizing a lot of events. Everybody knows me from events. Can mention something. I was there, and at a certain point, I said, how long I can keep doing the same thing. People, they say you had a dream job. I had a dream job, but I'm having a better job right now. And from that point on, had a lot of experience in finance industry, in distribution industry, in marketing industry, and know a lot of people on the island. Created a vast group of network on the island. Always be committed to what I do. Always, deliver when I promise something, and people start believing in me as a person, as a company, as a visionary. If you look at my resume, you will see that at a certain point I've been a manager for an artist, for a band. I've organized events. I've helped people build up their business. I've given marketing instruction. How to present yourself as a person. Really try to build up a community that believes in themselves. And from that point on, at a certain point, I said to Mitchel, "Listen, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start for myself." Mm-hmm. And one time he called me. He said, "Listen, I have this opportunity to buy a snack." Out of nowhere. He said, "Snack? What do you mean?" "Yeah," he said, it's in Punda. It's a very good location and the price is very good." He said, "Okay, let's do it."
No, the price wasn't very good. No.
It was on the phone.
The price wasn't very good. But that's least of the fun.
He would call me on the phone and he said, "Okay, let's do it." I didn't even. We knew about the place because we
No, you know, it was a stapsgewijze.
Yeah.
You know, I really love the location.
Yeah.
It's Ibiza, right down the corner, in the corner by the pump station. And since it was a ruina, like it wasn't operational anymore, I was trying to get the place, trying to get the place, and finally I got a call, thinking a guy, okay, I finally got the place for you. But no, he said, okay, I got the place. And us working at that time at Distribuer, of course, we sponsored the location with Amstelbright. We did the location branding for Amstelbright. And we kept in good contact with the guy, you know. And then after a year, he finally called me. He was like, okay, but Mitchel, you know, I know you have always wanted the place. I fixed it up a lot, you know, this and that. And then he said, okay, the place is for sale. If you can make it happen, let me know.
Yeah.
Called Manchi.
Yeah.
Anyways, long story short, we made it happen.
We made it happen. We started Ibiza together.
Yep.
Then from after a year, we bought Bugs Bunny. We did Bugs Bunny as well. And during that period, he was secretly building the whole concept of Rom Tambu without telling me anything. He didn't tell me anything for 1 year because before that, when we used to work together at Distribute, we sparked the ideas of having our own brand. Yeah. But it stayed like that. He said, okay, it's a great idea, let's work on it. And he kept very quiet and he worked on the concept. And the day he presented me the whole label concept, the whole product and everything, I said, okay, without a doubt, let's go for it. Yeah. And in a spark, I got the whole concept together, how to sell Rom Tambu, what's the storytelling, and from the experience I got, how to connect with people through a brand, we created the whole storytelling. And in a nutshell, that's what my story is, from starting as a banker, starting as an entertainer. And from school, playing in the brass band, starting as a banker, financial work, combined it with my marketing experience, commercial experience, distribution experience, creating brands, working with international brands. If you work with ABN AMRO, it's a multinational. If you work for Heineken, it's a multinational. You know, if you work for Amstelbright, creating it to be a premium brand on the island, the #1 brand. You know, you have the experience how to connect, how to build, how to maintain. And with that in mind, we started about 3 years ago the whole concept of Rom Tambu Curacao.
Nice.
It actually was a bit more intensive than that.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll get to that.
Absolutely.
Because when I hear about Amstelbright, it's more of you guys. Like, you guys are the ones.
No, there's a bigger team in the back, for sure.
In the back, there's the team.
But foot on the ground for sure. Like,
we were the soldiers.
Yeah, we were the soldiers.
We were the soldiers. We were the ones making it happen.
Right? It's like, Manchi, like, cool.
Well, there was, we were the soldiers to make things happen. You know, there is a whole team, that creative team. You have the financial team. But at the end of the day, you need to execute. And the execution is, you need to have the balls to go out there and make the decision and say, yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build this. I'm going to make this happen. You know, sacrifices we made for our families. They didn't, for example, if you have an event on the 1st of January, you will not have a New Year's evening party, you know. It's like getting home at 11 o'clock, December 31st, say hi, have a shower, hey, bong anya turkos bong, see you. Go to the event, make sure that everything is... And those sacrifices made the brand what it is today.
Absolutely.
So that makes us very proud that we can say we were one of the soldiers that make it happen on Curacao.
In being a brand manager or a promoter and stuff like that, what is the most important thing to have? Asking you guys both. Is it the balls? Is it the guts? Is it being outspoken? Or what is it?
I would say it's a combination of a lot of factors, but the most important part is always deliver on your promise. If you promise something, make sure you deliver. Because confidence, confianza, is the most important part in everything you do. If I tell you, Francesca, I'm going to be here on Monday morning, I'm going to bring you a bottle of Rom Tambu. If I'm not here on Monday morning and I don't bring the Rom Tambu for you, that's the first thing that's going to break your confidence. And if you don't have any confidence in the person, you will not be able to build anything. You can have a bunch of money, but you don't have the confianza.
For sure.
I think it's like Manchi said, it's a combination of many things, but I think balls being one of them, and not directly balls of mane kurashi, but it's more like always being there and being a go-getter.
Yeah.
It never was our company, you know, but we treated it as our baby, as our company, as our brand, you know, and it was ours. It was ours. I mean, Manchi was a little bit more concentrated on Heineken. We were a bit more concentrated on Amstelbreit, and I was at that time also busy with Desperados, which was the tequila beer. So those are all brands that were growing. And in the growing phase, you have to be consistent, like Manchi said. You have to be on it. You have to be in the sales mindset that, okay, boom, we need to make it happen. You know, if you don't want it, I'm gonna find a way for you to tell me yes.
Yeah.
If I'm being annoying, okay, sorry, but come on, help me.
To help you.
Yeah, it was like give me. You're gonna put it in different perspectives, but yeah, that's the sales mentality that we always had. You know.
And I can see it in the brands that did you guys. It always, in a way, it comes forward to the public to be liking it and become bigger.
Yeah, we're a certain breed, you know. You have to have a certain mentality if you want to work in this business. This line of business, the platform is called FMCG, and it's translated in fast-moving consuming goods. Fast-moving means you cannot sit down and think, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Once you think, I'm going to do it tomorrow, the competitor has done it already. And if you don't have that mentality that we need to do it already, you will always be the follower. Always be the one that comes in and see the display already being put there in the supermarket, or a visual already being put up on the billboard because you're doing it tomorrow. There's no tomorrow for us. There's never a tomorrow for us.
And that mindset translates differently, of course, of having a premium rum in a way. But the mindset is always there, you know. It's always there, and that's how you work, and which makes it a bit easier to grow the brand, you know.
And it's not only in the business, it's our way of living. If you look at Mitchell and I, if we do a barbecue, we are really barbecue aficionados. We are die-hard carnivoren. We are, you know, don't bring a salad, bring us a steak, you know?
Bring the ribeye.
So if you look at us, and this is not about bragging, it's the way how we think. We have 6 to 7 different type of barbecue set. Why?
Don't remind me.
Why? Because once we see that, let's do that. Let's make that happen. And you sit down and you go into the meat. You go into the you know, the garnish. You go. Everything needs to be perfect for us to enjoy it. That's how we think.
Yeah, we can't eat meat anymore anywhere else, which is not either at Manchi's or at my house. We can't.
Yeah,
it's not possible. Like
I will
we're
not
always
spend my money
disappointed.
You're like, fuck off.
It's always
I better stay home and be no meat.
Once you eat our ribeye or our picanha or skirt steak, you will understand.
those are the 3 go-tos. And Manchi's ribs.
You will understand. But this is how we think that people should always do things in believing in themselves. You know, once you believe in yourself, there are so many people trying to take you down and saying, oh, why are you doing that? Oh, why are you investing so much money? For example, now with Hake, wow, that production is very costly. What is costly? The experience you give to the customer, the worth of money you give, they will tell you, oh, this is a very nice product. I'm so proud of you guys. No, it's not. They are not proud of us. They are proud that they really can have something that can really enjoy for the money they pay.
Exactly, getting their money's worth back. Absolutely.
You know? But in this video, little from everything, like the marketing that you guys do, especially with Hake and also Tambu, is there a limit that you guys go to? Because like with Hake, it's over the limit. It's like insane.
It's usually over the limit.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when doing marketing, it's like for them the marketing is less. You know, the cheaper I go, the better for me. But it will hurt you at the end.
You know,
sometimes.
The definition of marketing is very confused for a lot of people. Marketing is a very, very important part of your commerce, of your commercial plan. marketing is underrated on the local market. People think that marketing is about, I need to have a promotion right now. Let me go and call a radio station to put a radio spot out there for my happy hour coming Friday. That's not marketing. Marketing is an investment tool in getting your commercial plans in place. It's a part of your budget. So when you have a event coming up, you will always have a budget. And to reach your budget, you will need to have something, somebody, somehow to promote it to reach your goals. So if you don't promote it to reach your goal, how I'm going to let you know about Hake, for example? If you don't turn on your TV, if you don't look at a local TV station, I can put a lot of money for promotion on the TV station, but you never ever turn on your TV.
Yeah,
so then you're not reaching your demographic,
exactly.
no?
You're not
reaching Facebook and Instagram.
So it seems like our marketing is overrated. It's just strategize how to reach my demographic, how to reach my target consumer that really wants to go or to attend or to engage with the event. You know, it's what is the strategy you use to reach your consumer.
But even like that, man, starting off with, let's go back to Tambu in a minute. Like the first video we ever did with Ryan, $10,000 for him, $10,000.
Yeah.
I was like, Manchi, are you sure? He was like, wara. We said, wara, Manchi. ¿Cuánto?
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
10? Don't worry, I have a plan. I said, Manchi, okay, wow. Because I was fully focused on production, on this and that.
Quality and everything.
Absolutely, and Manchi was more on the marketing / sales, of course. Yeah. And he said, don't worry, just wait. And when the video came out, the first video we did, we're doing another one as we speak, but the first video we did, dude,
the one in the field
at the Hoffy, within the bar, we did a bar around here, with the beach, the Tambu. I mean, when I saw this video, I was like, okay, rest this. It looks really, really, really impressive, and it really captured everything we wanted to. What we wanted to present with Tambu. And when I got my satisfactor, when I was really satisfied is when we were sitting once with QD, the director, and he got a call at the table with us of a different company saying...
Our competitor
saying they want a video exactly like Tambu's. And that's when I said, okay, well, Manchi, that was done, buddy.
But that's the magic between Mitchell and I. That's
you guys compliment.
Despite the fact that we are like 15 years apart. He's a very young guy. I'm a very young guy, but I have gray hair.
I'm usually the youngest in the bunch. I've always been the youngest in the group, and I said because I never went to study, I find friends that are smarter than me. So that's where exactly.
You'll be surprised how much I learned from Mitchell. Yeah. Definitely, the courage the guy has, the creativity the guy has. But what I have that really connects with Mitchell is that I can foresee things. Mm-hmm. I have my experience in doing certain little things that create impacts that allow him to further be creative in the endeavors that we take. Yep. And the once again it goes back to confianza. Mm-hmm. We don't doubt each other in anything we do. Nice. Anything we do, if he comes up with something, okay, buddy, let's go. If I come up with something, let's go. You need to see our meetings. It's like the two of us sitting having a drink, and you did it. Oh, okay, boom. Yeah.
Brings me back to when I said, Manchi, I'm gonna take some money to buy some crypto. First time went well. Second time didn't go too well. So the market is really down now, but we're waiting on it.
Like I heard, in these past 3 years it's gonna go down, but for 2037 it's gonna go up.
37?
Yeah.
Well,
No,
let's talk about Tambu.
Yes. Um, how difficult is it difficult to be running multiple business at the same time? What is the most, not annoying, but the thing that you guys like, this is why I don't run a business?
Belasting.
I can imagine.
That's one of them.
No. You know what? I would say for me, because I have a sales background, I'm a 100% sales guy. If you put me down, I can do the administrative work.
Yeah.
I really can. Because when I sit down with our accountant, I'm asking him things that he said. Listen, Manchi, can you do it yourself? But for me, the most challenging part is the administrative part. You know, the accounting part. You know, making sure that all invoices are in place. We are still in even being in the digital world, we still have a lot of paperwork that needs to be done. You know, getting the permits ready. You know, on the island, that's a hurdle. I don't understand why it takes us 4 years to get our permits in place. You know, especially in Horeca.
Yeah.
This has been a struggle for a lot of Horeca people in Curacao. You know, the struggles of having all the paperwork in place, it limits us in being creative and going out there and growing the business. And that's why for me it is very important to have a accounting partner from the get-go.
Yeah, that's I totally agree. And us not being that organized, you know, we like to organize, but we're not organized.
Yeah.
I downscaled a lot, to be very honest. I mean, a really good friend of mine, Jean-Paul, and we started YDK.
Yeah.
Or actually, he started YDK, and I came in afterwards to help him really build the brand. And a few years ago, we decided to strike a deal with Changes. So Changes is doing all the operations for YDK, so a little bit less headache. And right now, I told Manchi, like, listen, Manchi, I have to only do Tambu for us to start being more organized and everything under control. So at the moment, I'm only dependent on Tambu, and I'm only focused on Tambu because I'm starting from zero, you know, in a way of how to have all administrative work, working with the
Distributors.
yeah, exactly, working with the distributors, working with the new payment processing system, everything, to have everything under control from inventory to sales to so at the moment I'm learning.
Yeah.
This is how I learned, by doing it. And that's why I'm doing Tambu 100% now, to have everything in control. And the Manchi is more of the vliegende keeper,
Yeah.
and falling in whenever we need him, of course, doing the sales, doing the marketing, or helping with the marketing, and everything else.
Yeah, that's why we also sold Bugs Bunny to a third party. You know, to really focus on this brand, to grow it and to let it be not only the premium but the rum of choice when you think about the premium rum of Curacao, and that for that you have to invest in it. You know,
Being time or money.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I hear this a lot. I'm a bartender. Like people, I know the rum. It's not the typical taste of rum that you get because it's in the bourbon. If I'm not mistaken, the bourbon can, right? And it's not that sweet. I like it. A lot of people don't like it because it's a lot of people. Some people don't like it because it's not this sweet as rum. But a lot of question that I get is, if it's local, why is it expensive? I get it, hands down. But I just want for the people also to get it because I know it's premium.
Yeah.
It's handcrafted. People want it's local, and you guys want to give it the best quality so people can get great quality. But why?
You know what? But with quality, you don't start only with the rum. You know what I mean? If you look at our label is probably twice as expensive as any other label. Why? Because it's printed on foil paper. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why it has this shiny glow to it. The cork that we're using, it's natural cork, natural wood, comes from Portugal. I mean, we could get cheaper corks, but why? I mean, we're trying to hold a very premium appearance, and that's how you do it. We have a chappy tied to the neck. All chappies are hand tied. There's no machine tying the chappy, so it's labor cost as well.
Yeah.
So that adds to the overall
premiumness.
price and overall presentation of the rum. Not only, now we're going to talk a little bit about the rum itself. It's a combination of both open and closed fermentation.
Okay.
Combination of both pot still and column still. But what really ties everything together is the bourbon casks that it's been aged in, you know. And when we created the recipe, we've sat around with many aficionados of rum, which in reality the Curacao culture is more of a whiskey culture, you know. And you can definitely see that in the taste that we've created. You know, it's a rum that tastes a little bit like whiskey.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what we wanted. We wanted to create something that we believe is what the Curacao taste palette is about. That's exactly what we got here.
We definitely, on purpose, didn't make it as sweet as the rum culture, because that came out of all the sessions we did with rum drinkers on the island. Rums are supposed to be sweet. If you look at the female side of the rum culture, you don't see many females drinking rum because it's too sweet. And this is what we created, especially coming down from the sweetness of the rum industry, to be a little bit, to create our own USP, selling point, our own different taste, our own identity. We didn't want it to be a copycat. Yeah. And going back to the why is it expensive, I would say, and I said it from the beginning, and I will say it. Start drinking Rom Tambu, because once the batch goes up, the price comes down. We are not a Bacardi that produces millions of liters per year that you can buy it cheap. We have a handcrafted, we have an IPA product. That means the basic comes at a price. You know, once we order one batch, is only how many bottles that we produce?
2,000.
2,000 bottles that
Per
we
batch.
produce is per batch. So the company that helps us with needs to rearrange his whole production to only do a batch for 2,000 bottles for us. To put it in perspective, normally they produce hundreds of thousands of bottles for one brand.
Yeah, so they usually ship out containers, right?
Containers.
Yeah.
So they charge us a certain price to be this special.
Yeah. Yes.
And that translates back into the product. Nowadays, we all know about the shipping industry that has been doubling their prices to ship to Curacao.
Yes.
So I would ask people not to look at the price. Look at what they have presented that you can be proud of as a local product, because we tend to downgrade our own things.
Exactly.
It's a local product, it's a Curacao product, automatically it needs to be cheap.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I hate that.
I hate that
word.
that mentality.
Yeah.
You know, no, be proud of the product and say, I'm going to pay this amount because I'm proud that we finally have a premium product that we can be proud of.
Yeah.
You know?
It's local, it's ours.
If I need to take the example, if you look at the vodka industry, what would you say as a bartender is the number one vodka in terms of quality?
It depends. Like it depends. Like vodka is vodka. For me, vodka is vodka. It has it's like you can. The most sold is Grey Goose, and then you go from there. And then for me, the best vodka is Kilo 1. But
Okay.
it differs from everybody.
You already answered my question. So the best vodka is Ketel 1. But people pay the high price for Grey Goose.
Exactly.
Why? Because Grey Goose has a certain marketing behind it. They will not say, oh, Grey Goose is too expensive. Let me buy the best vodka Ketel 1, right?
Yeah.
So stop thinking about how expensive the brand is. Start believing in our own little island that make things possible, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And it's a thing I don't mind paying, especially me, especially local. And the thing that I will always go back to, like, people will go with spend a lot of money on Gucci and all those stuff, but when it comes to local and you want to support local, it has to be like you said, it has to be cheap so they can buy it.
Yeah, and why?
Yeah.
Don't buy it from the perspective I have to support local. Yes, I really we are really thankful for that. But just buy it because the product tastes good, the packaging looks nice. It tells us a little bit of our culture, our history, our music, where we come from. Bro, for me, you, by any chance, every day the choice needs to be Rom Tambu.
Even talking about what you just said, support. I understand the word support, but I don't believe in it. You know why? Because support is the first time. But the second time is my job for you to buy it again.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, you're supporting us. You're going to try Rom Tambu, right? You tried it. It depends on you. If you liked it, you're going to buy it again, but you're not buying it again because Mitchel and Manchi. You're buying it again because you like it.
Yeah.
So the support is one time, but it's our job to keep you interested and keep you liking the product. So if something would have happened, knock on wood, that the brand, whatever, let's say a scandal, it's our fault. Then it's not supporting anymore. It's because of us that something went bad. So the first time is support. The second time is our job for you to keep engaged with the brand or not.
So we hope that within a very short period of time, the amount of hectoliters will go up, so we can lower our price. But nowadays, producing one batch is very costly.
Yeah,
we
also
have
container and shipping and stuff like that.
Yes. Oh my God!
I don't see us lowering it anytime soon. Why? Because we've absorbed so much already. With just speaking on shipping, just speaking on glass production, all glass production has gone up with 30%. You can imagine that. So
and we always pay in foreign currencies or euros or dollars. So everything about. So I like the discussion when people say it's very expensive. What is expensive? If it's too expensive for you, okay, maybe you're not ready for Rom Tambu.
Yeah,
maybe, yeah. Maybe you like it, but still.
No, and in this, you guys did it for 3 years, right? You guys still now, till present, but in this pandemic, how hard did it hit you guys?
Wow.
The whole business part.
Wow.
When we launched in December of 2020. It was going pretty well with the Corona situation. We had the first lockdown, and it went well. I mean, we were pretty.
There's where the balls comes in. There's where you say, okay, we are in a hard lock pandemic situation with lockdowns, with curfews, with everything. Mitchell, we cannot wait anymore.
We had
December
to
is coming. We had to do something. And we launch it with reverse marketing. That's also a term that we use with reverse marketing. We reuse our strategy. We took the decision all in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And what do you mean with reverse marketing?
That's something. Let me explain it to you.
Because it's copy paste. Anyone can know.
Reverse marketing means that you do something that people not expect to do, but actually you're doing the same thing.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Yeah,
so, in terms of brand building, once you build a brand, there's a certain steps you take how to position your brand. And you go from A to B, C, D, E. We started from E to A.
Okay, cool.
So we reversed the whole strategy, and we looked at the certain ingredients, how to do it, and how to captive the local involvement in introducing our product. I will not go into details because this is our but this is how we work.
Yeah.
People expect us to go into certain directions, and we most of the time don't go in that direction. We try to challenge ourselves to get out of our bubble every time. And that's how we got out of our bubble and introduced the brand. And at the introduction, we're very successful in terms of spendings very creatively. Because we are a small company, we don't have the financial backbone that companies have. Mitchell and I, the M&M group, doesn't have that much money, and we are now almost 2 years on the market already.
Yeah, one and a half for sure. But talking a bit more about the launch is when you have a new product, the more people you get to taste it, the better.
Yeah,
And that's what we implemented, and
Yeah.
the way we managed to get to so many people to try it and feel proud of it on the get-go, I think is what made us very successful. Successful, not
Yeah,
very successful. Successful.
yeah.
Or having a very successful launch. That's for sure.
That's the term, correct.
And a few weeks ago, you guys just hit the shelves in Holland.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
So
you guys are like completely forgot, like oh shit, yeah.
So exactly. I mean, it's been going on for so long. It wasn't a week ago.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, no. You're right. A week ago we were in the shelves, but the whole process of getting there was not a week ago. It was like 6 months ago, or even a year ago that we decided that the step 2, the second step of the brand, was to be in the bigger market of Holland. You know, we have the same amount of people or more of the Judy Corsos living in Holland, or the Antillanos, or the Arubiano, or the Boneriano, that it's a lot bigger market there. Even using it as a gift, the amount of people that you can reach, having Dutch friends and building the brand, we knew that we had to be there in some way or form. So we partnered up with the second largest slijterij chain in Holland, which is Mitra. We went there. We sat with the big boy, the category manager of this of the distilled products, and we blew him away. And we bought him some nice gifts too, right?
Definitely.
Maybe it was the gifts.
Yes, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
but we blew him away. He also felt really proud of having the connection of the island. You know, it's not always positive, and this was definitely something positive. And we managed to do that, and it's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're really proud of that.